Alright guys, if this is your first time watching one of our flashback videos, how we do this is we'll play the video up here on the big TV, and then me and Dad will sit here and we'll watch it and talk over what's being played on the television, and then kind of give some commentary to it. Alright, in this video, this is in 1993. Dad filmed some soybean planting, some corn planting, and some a little bit of bean harvest. So first we're going to start off with the soybean planting, right? Looks like Uncle John planting the 8960.
Yeah, this was a drill air seeder we put together. It was a Blue Jet caddy and 12 rows in front. It was a colders, and it was best drill units behind, and there was like 48 colders and 48 disc openers and a Morse air seeder on top of the caddy.
What was the spacing?
48 or 7.5 inches. The worst part,
30 foot.
30 foot.
A lot of metal for 30 foot.
Yeah, they made 3 of them. Blue Jet put 3 of them together, and we got one of them, and just kind of experimental kind of. Had a lot of trouble with the caddy, wasn't heavy enough, and since 3, 4, 5, 6 years after we got it, they built a heavier caddy, which would have been better. But the drill units weren't heavy enough. I think it had the Yetter markers on it, and had the old 8960 pulling it, which was just loafing with it, because it was like 400 horse Cummins. The drill units, first year we had them, the discs were all soft. And over at the one farm on the river bottom for gravel, just tore them all to pieces.
Well, that's a gravelly field there, I'm sure.
Yeah, but they give us all new disc, and I think this is still the old units. I think the first year we had it. But I got in the shop and I made, they didn't have parallel linkage, but I made all new parallel linkage disc openers, put the disc openers on them, and got it all ready for spring, built that winter.
What kind of monitor did that plant come with? Did it have one? Did it have a Dickie John of some sort?
Golly, I think it had a Dickie John, if it had any. Okay. I don't know if it had a monitor. I don't believe it did.
You just kind of had it set to whatever you could plant.
Yeah. Well, you change it by the ground speed, or it was ground driven, if I remember right. It held, I don't know what it would hold, 100 units maybe.
I can barely remember that. Just very little.
It was, boy, it worked nice, and we used it until, golly, this was 93, first year. And we used it probably right up until 2000. Did over a lot of acres.
There's me sitting in the truck.
Yeah. You just been 3 years old.
Yeah. You're
sitting in your car seat, I'm sure.
Yeah, in the front seat. There's a loaded rifle in the back seat.
Probably, yeah. There's no-till. There's no-till.
Looks like it didn't burn down or anything.
Nah, it probably burnt down after that, probably. Comes your mom.
Do you remember how many units that were holding there?
I want to say it's 100.
So you plant a decent amount.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of plant. See the auger right there on the side, you just to back up and dump out the truck or whatever. Everything worked pretty daggone good for a couple of years, and the openers in front, all the no-till openers, they just, man, they was wore out when of course, it had been over a lot of ground. Yeah. It worked good for what we had, as long as you had it in the day. And that's the next year is when we, I think, built the planter.
Well, your old planters getting ready to make an appearance here soon.
That's about all that tractor ever did when it hooked on that planter, because we never worked any ground anymore. Once in a while we'd chisel a little bit, but that's about all that tractor did. It didn't have PTO or 3-point on it.
It's hopping a little bit there.
Yeah, a little rough maybe, because it didn't pull it. It just idle, but it still loved fuel. Just idle, but it's like 400 horse. Remember, yeah, Yetter. I believe it's Yetter road markers. But we kept tearing the wheels off of the caddy. Had tandem wheels, and it bolts clamped to the frame, and they just would not hold. Just, I think it had like 6 bolts, but they just sheared. So we ended up welding it, putting bolts in it, and finally we just welded it together. And it held pretty good then, but they'd made a bigger land tractor that it'd been a lot better, a lot heavier. It would have been better for it. But it did a good job. We drilled, put double crops in with it too. That's our cover crop.
Yeah, all the weeds. Alright, now we're going to plant some corn apparently.
Yep, there's your brother. That's was 93, so he would have been 13 years old. 15? Yeah. And we had an 89 or 81 110 or whatever it was, or 7110.
So how many horse would that be?
I think it was 150 horse, I think is what they were.
Okay.
The first year we planted with it, and
that wasn't the first year you planted with it, was it?
93. Was that tractor? Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
Mom just stopped into the office, so now we're going to resume the video here. Back to planting corn. BJ's running the planter. And the last video you said, or in that first video, I think it was in '86, I thought you said that was the last year that you planted with the 4430, and then you got this tractor.
No, I don't. Well, I can't remember when we bought the tractor. We'd have to look at our records.
Yeah, because we had it with the Challenger receipt. Yeah, we had the receipt for that international. 86.
87?
87, yeah, you're right.
Okay, so it was the next year.
Whatever year that drought was.
Yeah, 88. The next year we got the Challenger.
Okay.
The red tractor we got the next year, yes. So we trade 3 tractors for one.
3 tractors for one.
The 8430, 4020, and the 9700 Ford.
For the Challenger?
For that.
Oh, for that international?
Yes, right. That was $65,000. We didn't trade them. I don't know, wasn't much difference. Now, the 4020 almost been worth a lot more than what we got out of it.
So how many more years did you get out of this planter? Or you say this might have been the last year for that planter?
No, we never built the other. That air seeder was 93, so we built the corn planter, I want to say in 95. It was a stacker bar on a land tracker like we had the drill. The front had the coulters, only 30-inch. And the stacker bar was Todd's Fabrication, come out west Minnesota or someplace out there, and put Kinsey units on it. That's 12 rows, and it was up stacked. And I made the markers for it. They was kind of like the Yetter markers, I made it kind of after them. And it had a big John monitor, and it was hydraulic drive. The monitor was like a small TV in it. But it was hydraulic drive, and you could change the rate on the go, and it showed the population or the spacing. It was a neat monitor.
On this particular planter, though, I meant to ask you this in the last video we seen them. I think it looks like the fertilized boxes, the lids are always open. I'm guessing that's so that you could funnel the seed.
So yeah, then when it
what'd you do if it rained?
Well, then I closed them. Okay. You had to run the fertilizer down to where you could close them. But yeah, if it set out, it closed. Closed them. That was no-till and ground. It hadn't been farmed for several years. It was hard, heavy sod.
Yeah, it looks like it. So what kind of spray practices would you have been doing? I mean, would you have been using?
93, I was Roundup out. When Roundup come out, I think. That's probably, yeah, it looks like Roundup because it's starting to die. We used some back then, paraquat they called it, then gramoxone what they call it now. We used some of that was burned down. It would kill it, you know, within a day. Burn it. It did. Uh-oh, you got out.
There's George.
Oh, was that George in there?
Yeah,
Was George sitting in there?
The volume
Yeah.
was on. You say there's George.
Yeah.
He was a little camera shy back in the early days, I guess. So there is evidence that my brother did plant corn at one time.
Your brother did plant corn. He
I-
planted that whole field, kind of. Well, after I planted in.
Probably explains why it didn't come up.
He come up.
I bet it's crooked.
Yeah. It might have been a little crooked. Kind of hard to see but he did a good job. You know, it's hard to see the marker. You see the marker had been broke. See where I patched it bent.
You wouldn't hit a tree or anything, would you?
No. Well, it had breakaway on. I think it broke away too many times. Maybe I don't know what happened, but it. See where it kind of
Been over a few acres at this point.
it'd been well used.
Alright, now this bean field shocked me. I don't know what shocked me more, the fact that it was this weedy and you couldn't even see the beans in it, or the fact that you thought it was a good idea to get a video camera out and video document it.
Well, we didn't have Roundup. We had Roundup, but we couldn't use it on beans back here yet.
Oh, this is before Roundup beans or something?
This was before Roundup beans. Oh yeah, Roundup beans.
Okay, so I didn't
a
know
long
that.
time before.
I guess that would explain it.
Yeah.
Why are those beans clean?
It's neighbor's beans. This was not conventional till, I guess. I don't know what happened here. I know it was really pulled down. I suppose you can hear the sound. I can't imagine the old John Deere. He was that weedy, but boy, they.
Hold on, let them hear the sound.
Foxtail, man, and there's some gypsum weed. A little bit of everything in there. That was it all used to be hog lot years ago.
That was a hog lot?
Back in years ago, yeah, years ago, probably the 50s.
Took us a while to figure out where this was.
Yeah, I still can't believe it was that dirty, but we made it through it.
Yeah, I was surprised that old combine's going to do it that well.
It seemed like one year that particular field, I'd messed up spraying, evidently, and run out and didn't go back or forgot it or something happened there. You can evidently see, because I know our beans weren't all like that.
I hope not.
No. That's foxtail there. And there was grass control back then, pretty easy to kill.
Something happened.
Yeah. That was a long, narrow field, and there was, I don't know if I missed a whole boom width or what.
Your head would have been, what, 25 feet down?
25 feet. Yeah, 25 foot down.
I remember riding those old John Deere combines that this gear shift up there. I remember those. I always thought that was neat. I always wanted to drive one. Never did get the chance.
Well, we could probably arrange that. Instead of bought your cat, you could have probably got one of these a lot cheaper.
Probably. It's going through them beans better than my cat would.
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, it's going. There's some mare's tail there. See, that was. I don't know what happened in '93.
What these would have been, like, couldn't be very much.
40. Maybe,
those were 40?
Maybe 30s. I don't know.
I'm shocked you harvest. I mean, they look terrible. You can't even see
but I'm thinking back. I think that's one of the fields that messed up. We used some new chemical or something. Definitely did something wrong.
What would you been using a spray coop then?
No, that was.
Still pulling behind.
My 4430. When we got to the International, we decided to make a. Before that,
a 3-point.
We had a pull type sprayer we used. Well, then I got my 4430. Then we made a 3-point hitch and had a 400-gallon tank on it. And we had made booms that folded out. I want to say they was 30 foot. And I had hydraulic. And I used that like that until probably 95 or 96. Then we bought the spray cube.
Your first John Deere sprayer was a 49 or 99.
99, but I used that spray cube. 95. I think I used the 220 for a couple years. Then I bought the next newer size, whatever it was. Yeah. But I sprayed everything with that 3-point hitch, and boy, it was. I sprayed a lot with it. And we just left it on. And the bad part, we made hay back then, and we baled with that tractor. So I tried to get my spraying done, then I'd have to take the sprayer off. And it wasn't that big a job, but still it was. Paint the butt, then hook it to the baler. So I tried to, then we got the International and got the tractor too, then we kind of left it on, and then we decided to get a spray cube.
I bet it was probably hard to get that big camera in there to video, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if your mom's doing that or I was doing it.
I think you're.
I sat on the seat there, on the floor. But I know the dirtiest. Back then, the combines had called perforated screens underneath the. We'd put one on the cat tried, but underneath the boots that go on the elevator, clean grain elevator, and the returns. Yeah. And then they had one on the auger. The unload auger, and that took out a lot when you unloaded it. If dirty, wind flow, but it took out a lot of it. That small seat. So I guess that's proof what them old John Deere's would do.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I wouldn't, if we pulled into a field like that tomorrow, I wouldn't want to harvest it.
Oh, I can't.
Maybe so,
but you got to think, you used to take 40 feet now, I was going to take 25.
Probably only 200 horse combine too, wasn't it?
I think maybe it was 2 1/4.
Our cats are 400, so.
Yeah. Lexions, we call them cats, but they're Lexions.
They used to say cattle, so I know. It's a little dusty coming out of the feeder house.
Yeah, we had the, I think it was Johnson made a fan up there, a sucker vacuum and sucked it out. As long as it plugged it up, it didn't plug up like the ones on the Lexion. I'd say it worked pretty good, but still, it was dusty.
Now, would Uncle John, would he been harvesting someplace else then, or you guys?
I don't know where he's at. Yeah, he must have been someplace else. I mean, he wasn't in this one, was he?
With the probably just a small enough field you guys both did move to.
Yeah, there's 17 acres there. He might have been down over the hill. That patch down there. There's 17 acres in that field, I believe. Long, narrow on one side.
Is this the school farm now?
School farm now.
No till here.
No. Yes, yeah, that's school farm. Man, I can't imagine. Can't remember. So, ooh, boy, it's dirty.
Yes.
I don't know what happened there.
There's some soybeans in there somewhere.
Don't look at it. Sprayed it. Must have forgot it.
In a minute, you showed the picture of the tank, and I couldn't believe there was even beans in it.
Well, you can see the tracks through where I sprayed. Or run through it, put it that way. Maybe I did spray it. Maybe I forgot.
Look, there's beans. There's beans in there.
There's beans. It's dirty.
They're all dirty.
They want to take it down.
Yeah, probably not. That's the end of the video, though. So, well, that's probably going to be the last flashback video we have for a while, unless we find something else. We've still got some Super 8s to go through. We don't really know what's on those. So.
We got some. I don't know if people would like to see them. Some of the seed corn I come to the DeKalb dealer in '84. got some of the, we ran across some of the old seed corn prices and fact plots. And yields might surprise you what they were back then. But you know, I don't know, might want to make one like that.
Yeah, we've still got a lot of old records we thought we could maybe go through and make a kind of like a business-minded video on. But if you have some old home videos, I mean, we've really enjoyed converting these and putting these YouTube videos out here of them and kind of taking a look at them. But if you have something like that and you want to do it, there I'll put a link in the description to the converter I used to put this on an MP4 format. It'll be in the description of this video. And I mean, it's really nice to be able to have these memories and go back and look at them. I'm glad we did it. We've still got a lot more to do of just home videos and stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brian's Farming Videos, at Facebook at Brown Farms. And we'll see you in the next video.